Alright, so Oceanside has typically been a little bit on the chilly side, especially in the water. Do you guys have some tips for how to combat that to race your best?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is to stay warm the morning of the race. Just even rolling right out of bed and just putting on warm clothes, and then before the race start, just making sure I just don't get any sort of chill in my body at all.
Yeah, that's definitely a key thing. I think just keeping the body temperature up and feeling nice and warm on the way down to the race. I think it's easy to be like, oh, I'm in Southern California, everything's going to be warm, but it can be really deceiving in the morning with the ocean breeze. And so keeping bundled up, wearing a toque, wearing a poofy jacket, and if the water is really cold and you're nervous about that too, I've just poured warm water down my suit as well, just so you don't have that initial shock of the cold water seeping into your suit when you jump in. So that can be a nice touch too if you have so inclined to bring a bottle of warm water down to the start.
For sure, yeah.
What were you saying about earlier, your layering system that you tried?
Yeah, I mean, I've done this before. If you're really worried about if it's a wet day or a really cold day on the bike, a really good thing to do is to actually, if you have a spare one, or one of those rubber swim skins, you just cut the legs off and then wear the rubber swim skin underneath your wetsuit and just keep that on during the bike, and it's like a great windshield. You can unzip it and rip it off for the run, and I've done it once and it was a lifesaver for sure.
Nice. Do you have any hydration tips, or maybe just something when it gets colder? Do you think consciously?
Yeah, often when it's cool, you need to be a bit more conscious of taking your calories in, because you're not inclined to drink because you just don't get those thirst cues because it's chilly and you're kind of like, oh, I don't feel like drinking things. So you might even think about changing your nutrition a bit to having more calorie dense, even maybe solid foods if you typically got all of your calories from liquids. So that's something to think about, a few more calories because your body's working hard to keep you warm. But remembering you're still, even though you're cooler, you still do need the liquid, so just being conscious of that.
And warm hands, warm feet too, it's a huge difference. If it's a cold day, taking the 5 seconds to put on gloves in transition can be big out on the bike too. You're not in pain, and just you're able to grab the bars and shifts. And grabbing your water bottle too, if your hands are frozen, it's just too hard to grab the bottle and squeeze it. So having those gloves on can help. Yeah.